Hello and welcome to the card tutorial in Biwee. If you want to know how to create and customize cards in your dashboards, this video is for you. The card dashboard item displays a series of KPI elements. Each card illustrates the difference between two values. This difference can be expressed as an absolute value, an absolute variation, or a percentage variation. It can even display visual indications of the result, red or green or orange. To add a card in Biwee, click on the card icon in the component area. The data setting area has two main items, the actual value and the target value. These two values are indicators defined by an aggregation function, which Biwee will compare. The actual value will be the default value displayed in the card, and the target value will be used for comparison. If, as in the example, I want to compare my sales amount with the target, I drag the sales amount object in actual value, and I choose the sum aggregation function. I drag the sales objective object in target value, still with the sum aggregation function. Biwee has calculated the percentage variation between the turnover and my target, but also the absolute variation between my actual sales amount and the target. If I want to have this comparison for each of the sales representatives, I can drag and drop sales representatives in series. First, you will be able to choose the data display mode, stretched, centered, compact, and lightweight. Once you have selected a display mode, you will be able to configure the values to be displayed within this template. You can check one or more elements and choose the value to be displayed inside. For example, I choose compact and I uncheck an absolute variation. Then for the percentage variation, I choose to display the percentage of the target instead. In the delta options, you can configure the colors and the direction of the arrow that is displayed according to the type of indicator displayed. Sometimes it is better to be under the target, so the result indication to choose would be less is good. In our example, we leave the default mode. The next tab allows you to configure a trend line to display in each card. To display the trend line, you must specify to Biwee the object that will be used to represent the spark line. For example, here we want to display the sales amount, according to the sales date, and at month-year level. The curve can be displayed as a line, an area, a bar, or a win-loss. We will choose the area. Finally, in the Format tab, you can configure the format of each numerical value displayed. For the actual value, we will display it in currency, in ones and with the dollar sign. Also, we can add other actuals and target values. It will create a new set of cards, available when clicking on the Layer button. Each set of cards will have its proper settings. You can use conditional formatting to highlight visual elements of a card dashboard component, such as title, subtitle, different values, and change the background color of the card. You can use measures, delta measures, or dimensions values to calculate a format rule, either by right-clicking on the field that will be used to define the conditional format rules, or by right-clicking on the card component and selecting Edit Rules. For example, here we want to add a format rule that will highlight the 5 sales representatives that sold the most on the period. We right-click on the card, and then Edit Rules and use the actual value. Select Top N5, select the orange background, and then Apply.